Hello everyone. It's been a while that I recorded a video. So today, Claude Fable 5, like yesterday, Claude Fable 5 and Claude Mythos 5 have been released to public. So this is the announcement from Anthropic. We'll read through it and we'll get some insights similar to how we have done in the past. We have read through the article provided by these providers when they release any of their model. This gives us a very good sense of their capability and benchmarking, which helps us to decide like which models to use in what purpose. So let's get going. So today we are launching Claude Fable 5, a Mythos class model that we have made safe for general use. So it's a Mythos class model. So there was a Mythos preview, and this is, I guess, a Mythos with some guardrails. Fable 5's capability exceed those of any model we have ever made generally available. It is a state of art on nearly all tested benchmark of AI capability, showing exceptional performance of software engineering, knowledge work. It's interesting. Vision, scientific research, and many other areas. So, software engineering and knowledge work. This is very important. The longer and more complex the task, the larger Fable files lead over our other models, which means that their earlier models were not that much good at long horizon task, whereas Fable 5 is really good at it. So might be like even though this is too costly, but with some optimization, sim models like this could be used in open class scenarios. Releasing a model this capable comes with a risk without safeguard. Fable 5's capabilities in areas like cybersecurity could be misused to cause serious damage. We have therefore launched the model with safeguard that mean queries on some topics will instead receive a response from our next most capable model, Claude Opus 4.8, which means they'll reroute their responses. Okay. Claude To release the model both safely and quickly, we have tuned the safeguard conservatively. They will sometimes catch harmless requests, though they trigger on an average in less than 5% of sessions. With more capable models arriving in coming month, we are working to improve our safeguards and reduce false positive as quickly as we can. For the small group of cyber defenders and infrastructure providers, we have also launching Cloud Mythos 5. It is the same underlying model as Fable 5, but with this safeguard lifted in some areas. So ideally, Mythos 5 and Fable 5 is same. It's just that Mythos does not have a safeguard, whereas Fable has some safeguard. Mythos 5 will initially be deployed through Project Glasswing in collaboration with the US government as an upgrade to Claude Mythos Preview. So from Claude Mythos Preview, they are in Claude Mythos. It has the strongest cybersecurity capability of any model in the world. Soon, we intend to expand access to Mythos 5 through a broader trusted access program. For Mythos, they don't want to expand directly, rather safe. With Safeguard 1, they have already made it to public, but Mythos 5, they want to provide it to trusted groups only. The capability of models like Travel Fire Mythos have potential to do profound good for the world. We have seen the beginning of this in the project Glasswing, where the models have helped cyber defenders secure critically important software. We have also seen it in life science research, where the model are positioning novel hypotheses, speeding up the development of new therapeutics. Nice. So they may in future be helping with the find like research and development of therapeutics and maybe filing patents. Fable 5 and Mythos 5 are being offered at $10 per million input token and $50 dollar per million input token, less than half the price of Claude Mythos Preview. Okay, you mean Claude Mythos Preview is actually 20 and 100. Okay, today's joint launch is another step towards our goal of bringing advanced AI capability to as many users as possible, as quickly and as safely as we can. Whereas, like if you compare this with the Sonnet 4.6, it's too costly, I would say. But like cost per model is getting increased anyway, and they are mentioning that Mythos is of double of this one. Evaluating Claude Fable 5 and Claude Mythos 5. The table below compares the capability of Fable 5 and Mythos 5 to other leading models. So I hope there is no price disclosure of other models, right? So let's check, compare prices of different Claude models. So if you see prices, Opus 4.8 was 5 and 25, Sonnet was 3 and 15, and Haiku is 1 and 5. Whereas this one we just saw is 10 and 50. So 10 and 50, which is like it's a double of 4.8, and then preview is double of that. So with this iteration, they are doubling down on the cost. Okay. So let's check their capability. This is very interesting chart. This would give us a overall good learning, I would say. So if you compare this, there are lot many factors like agentic coding with SWE bench or frontier code diamond, knowledge work vision with PDF, spatial reasoning, tool use, computer use, legal, multidisciplinary reasoning, biology, agentic coding. There are three agentic coding. If you see Terminal Bench 2.1, Frontier Code, and SWE Bench, cybersecurity and health. Still, if we go one by one, agentic coding in SWE, if you see in agentic coding, Gemini lags behind. Claude models are better in agentic coding, and this has surpassed Gemini 3.1 Pro. It's this one is at 54 and this is at 80, which is quite drastic difference. Agentic coding Frontier Diamond, it's 29%. Mythos they have not benchmarked, and this was 13, which is quite a double. And they have taken a leap from GPT 5.5. Knowledge work, again, if we see cloud models are better, GPT 5 is still there, Gemini is lagging behind. Knowledge work, Claude and GPT, Gemini is behind. Spatial reasoning. For reasoning, if you see from Claude Opus 4.8, these two are better for spatial reasoning. And this Claude surpassed everyone, right? Tool use, again, like this lacks, this is better, and this is best. Computer use, Claude Mythos preview is better as per them, whereas they are still leading, not with the leap, but they are still leading in major instances. Legal, they are 13, and there is no legal in all the other. Multidisciplinary reasoning, so 59, 56, 44, still not there. This is 51 and this is 64. So if you see, they are leading in actually all the benchmark. This is quite fascinating. If you see agentic coding, still this leads this, this. So actually, it is very different model that they have built. Now they have surpassed everything. Even the second competitor is them itself, which they would be releasing in future as per them. So as they mentioned, like the cloud models like this can work autonomously. They here we'll discuss how these skills apply to software engineering, uncover models, improve capability, knowledge work, vision, memory, and life sciences research. Software engineering. During early testing, Stripe reported that Fable 5 compressed months of engineering into days. In a 50 million line Ruby code base, the model performs a code base wide migration in a day that would otherwise have taken a whole team other 2 months by hand. Fable 5 is more token efficient than past Claude models on cognition frontier code evaluation, which tests whether model can pass difficult coding tasks while meeting the standards of high quality production code base. Fable 5 scores highest among frontier model even at a medium effort. They are mentioning even at a medium effort they are able to cross frontier code. So Claude Fable, even their medium effort is way better. So GPT-5 they are benchmarking against, they are already better. Agentic coding, so this was frontier code. In frontier code, they have already taken a leap from mid, high, high, max, right? Agentic coding, SWE bench, we already see this Fable leads and then Opus 4.8, Fable in frontier code. Knowledge work. Fable 5 shows strong performance in complex analytical tasks. On Hebia finance benchmark for senior level reasoning, Fable 5 has the strongest score of any model with substantial gain in document based reasoning, chart, and table interpretation and problem solving. AMC noted that the Fable 5 aced their trading analysis evaluation nearly across the board, including factual lookup, conceptual reasoning, root cause analysis, expected value analysis. Vision. Fable 5 is the new state-of-the-art model for tasks involving vision. It can extract precise number of detailed scientific figures and can perform complex vision-based tasks like rebuilding a web app source code from screenshot. Or it also needs less scaffolding. For example, a previous Claude model struggles to play Pokemon Fire Red even with harness that gave them additional helpful too. But Fable 5 beat Fire Red with a minimal vision only harness. So if we see this, okay. Memory and long context. File fast is focus across millions of tokens in a long running task and produce its output using its own nodes. When we had the model play the deck building game, Slay the Spire, giving it access to persistent file based memory improved its performance 3 times more than for Opus 4.8. Fable also reached the game's final at 3 times more often. Solar Eclipse, if we see, Wipecat. So, drug design using Mythos for our internal protein design expert accelerated aspects of drug design process were around 10 times. In one example, they found that Mythos 5 with protein design and bio infographics tools, but no human assistant matches or beats skilled human operators. In doing so, the model execute all of the tasks that are normally completed by scientists, choosing binding sites, selecting and running protein design tools, and recovering from failures along with 9 of the 14 protein targets from this study shown below yielded strong candidate for drug design that we are currently investigating. Novel hypothesis in molecular biology. Mythos 5 is our first model to consistently produce novel, compelling scientific hypotheses. In blinded head-to-head comparison against Opus class models, our scientific preferred Mythos molecular biology hypothesis. 80% of them have advanced several to experimental evaluation. In the meantime, one Mythos hypothesis is a novel mechanism for E. coli protein was correlated in protein lab in a study lab from a lab independently working on a same problem. Novel research in genome Mythos conducted a novel genomics researching over a week of largely autonomous work. It assembled a single data cell data for millions of cells spanning 138 animal species and designed and trained custom machine learning model to identify cell performing the same role in even distant or related organisms. With only high-level human input, Mythos 5 trained model outperformed a recent model published in a journals science. Despite being 100 times smaller, we intend to publish this result in the coming alignment in our automated alignment assessment for this Mythos level of misaligned behavior was low and similar to that of 4.8. Given there are some underlying model fiber, 5 level of alignment will be similar assessment describing food along with dedicated suite of other safety and capability. Uh, Tested in the model system card. Misaligned behavior, Claude Sonnet 4.6, severe Claude Mythos preview, this. So this is a misaligned behavior. Overall level of misaligned behavior from more automated alignment assessment section this of system card. So here misalignment happened that Sonnet is surpassing all of them. Okay, early feedback for Claude Fable 5. Customer say a state-of-art model developer is a real step forward. Claude Fables 5 new safeguard. Claude Mythos class models have reached a threshold where they present significant risk. In April, we began this releasing the first Mythos class model. Claude Mythos proved to only a limited group of cyber defender and critical software infrastructure providers. When we did so, we stated that we hope to eventually release Mythos level capability to all our users so long as we had developed a new safeguard that was strong enough to reliably prevent misuse. Over the past few months, we have been improving these safeguards and they are now robust enough for general release. Because we have prioritized safety, we have deliberately tuned the safeguard to be cautious and they are still stricter than would be ideal. For example, sometimes demand request will trigger a classifiers. We recognize this will be frustrating to some user. Our aim is to reduce false positive as we update and define the safeguard after launch. Below, we discuss each of the five new safeguard in 10 or wider suites of safeguard is discussed and evaluated model system card or safety classifier. Safety classifier, this cybersecurity, offensive cyber evaluation. We extensively rate teamed or classified to test their robustness, cyber adversarial robustness level, and biology and chemistry. Vivid capsid experimental property collection and new data retention policy. We are making a change to the way we handle business customer data for Mythosquare. Our future model will have similar capability level. We will require 30 days redemption for all traffic of Mythos class on both first and third party. So we won't use this to train new model or for any non-safety related purpose. We have institutionalized price protection and human access to data and service relation of 30 days in almost all cases. Cloud Mythosquare and trusted access program. User will find Mythosquare comparable to or somewhat stronger than Mythos Preview. In consideration with we plan to steadily expand access to this. Okay, available Cloud Mythosquare is restricted to Glasswing partner. Pricing for model is this. We expect demand for film to be difficult to predict. On the this and this, Verify is fully available for subscription, but we would rather give access sooner than later. So we are rolling out more conservatively in today through June 22, Fable 5 is including Pro Max Team based enterprise plan at no extra cost. On June 23, we'll remove Fable 5 from those plans. Using it after that will require a usage credit. If capacity allows, we'll extend the included window. After this point, when sufficient capacity allows us to do so, we aim to bestow as a standard parts of subscription plan. We intend to do this as quickly as we can. Throughout this period, we'll communicate any changes updated base footnote. So if we let's say summarize this, We have already covered software engineering and knowledge work, vision, life sciences, classifier and fallback, and data retention. Data retention we have already covered, classifier and fallback. Level 5 uses a strict safety classifier to monitor queries related to cyber security, biology, chemistry, and model distillation. If a query is flagged, the system automatically falls back to this to safely handle the request rather than outright refusing it. And trusted access, yeah. So that was Claude model, which is recently released. With every model, they are increasing the prices. First, as we discussed, first it was basically $5 and $25. Now it's $10 and $50, and even Mythos preview is, I guess, 20 and $100. So they are doubling down on the cost with every releases. So yeah, that was all. We'll wind up here. Thank you.